What might be one of the biggest leak of recent years, right up there with the Nvidia leak, revealed just recently that Bethesda is working on an Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster, a Fallout 3 remaster, a new Doom game, but also accidentally revealed the first official details for the long-awaited new Elder Scrolls games, including that it won't be releasing on PlayStation at all, its open world will be massive, full of different unique locations, NPCs, and little details that make the world come alive, and we also know what might be its official release date window. The Elder Scrolls 6 is probably the most awaited game at the moment, now that Starfield has officially released, and if we're to forget about GTA 6 from Rockstar Games. Bethesda has had plenty of time to get better and better with their big IPs over the years. They made an absolute ton of mistakes and bad decisions, but they also made some really good things as well, and if we're to follow brand new details from this Elder Scrolls games, it seemed they really wanted to be one of the biggest game of all time. Starfield was Todd Howard's baby. He made the space RPG exploration game that he always wanted, and it actually turned out really well in most places, but the Elder Scrolls 6 is said to be everyone's baby at the Bethesda studio, and everyone is very excited for this 6th installment. It's not a big reach to say almost every gamer has their eye on this upcoming game, even if they don't really like fantasy projects. It's just such a massive beloved franchise. New leaked details from a core document that is 100% legit reveals a firm release date for the game, the platforms that it'll be on, and what we can expect out of this massive open world. So let's get into it right away, and for more gaming news on this game, of course drop a like onto this video right now and subscribe. Now, a document released as part of the FCT v Microsoft case went into the public's hands and confirmed a ton of new games as part of Bethesda's big lineup of games, from its different studios like ID Software with a new Doom game, Arcane Studios with a new Dishonored game, and Bethesda themselves with a Fallout 3 remaster, Oblivion remaster, and the Elder Scrolls 6, being now the game that's the most important at the studio. In there, Todd Howard confirmed the studio shouldn't have announced the game that soon, with the teaser being more than 5 years old already. They confirmed they want this game to be alive for years to come, just as Skyrim still is alive to this day. Bethesda wants to add new quests, new lore, new expansions, new world stories, new secrets, and also let the modding community do its thing with it, so it stays alive for even more time than Skyrim. According to that leaked core document, the Elder Scrolls 6 will probably release sometime in 2026, and that is said to be the earliest the game will release, if not in 2026. It's also said the location has already been decided and has been for years now, and the prototype for the game has been created for years as well. They already decided what the open world will be, what its characters will be in it, and most of its story. Peter Hines, which is the head of publishing at Bethesda, confirmed recently that Elder Scrolls 6 is in full development and has been ever since Starfield went gold. All eyes from a talented dev team are on this new Bethesda project, the Elder Scrolls 6, while another portion of the team is working on Starfield with new patches, updates, expansions, DLCs, and so on. They don't want to forget about Starfield so quick, so they want to make a ton of content with it, but they also want their focus to be on the Elder Scrolls 6, which is a game that a lot of people are waiting on. It's a pretty bold and ambitious move, but it's also been said they want the Elder Scrolls 6 to be the biggest RPG game that ever existed, and Todd said that with this game it wants to fill that role of the ultimate fantasy world simulator where you can do an absolute ton of things in it. You can interact with almost anyone, have a discussion with almost anyone through maybe the use of AI interaction. You can see different locations come alive, every single NPC doing their day-to-day routine, and yourself being lost in this atmospheric world. Howard also confirmed that the Elder Scrolls 6, or whatever it's called, does already have a codename, but he would not reveal it yet. The location of the game is also rumored to be either High Rock, which is a world of high kingdoms and tons of city-states, or Hammerfell, covered by vast jungles, wooded mountain ranges, subtropical grasslands, and arid deserts with kings and queens. Whatever this 6th installment will be, I'm sure will attract a lot of people. Bethesda just have to make this right and not forget about the lore of this world and how it was created since the beginning. Do not add woke agendas for the sake of it. It's just unnecessary at this point, and it shouldn't ruin what makes this franchise so great. It seems it's kind of becoming a big trend for AAA games or AAA studios to follow groups that do not have their best interest in mind, and most of these people who introduce all of these agendas are higher ups from these publishers and from these developers. They only want money and they want investment from a company called BlackRock and so on, and it's just not a good thing for video games. Let me know if you're excited for this game, and of course for more gaming news on it, like the video and of course subscribe to stay tuned.